Hiya, I'm Danny from the UK, Essex. I'm a pre-op transgendered woman, male to female. I am setting up this channel to share my experiences, help other transgendered women, especially from the UK, because there's quite a few American transgendered women on YouTube, but I haven't really come across many UK-based women. Maybe I'm not searching the right places. So yeah, I want to do some tag videos, I want to do some funny experiences. I don't want it to be too somber and down, because sometimes people can make it... I think transition doesn't always have to be a negative. There's some positives out there as well. And I don't think it should be always based on the negatives. There are a few women that I do watch, and their channels are really funny, and I will hopefully be able to put links in at some point to their channels as well, and so you can check them out. Please do subscribe and like, and I want to do some question and answer videos, and tell me what you want as the viewers as well. How can I help you? I want to do some outfit of the days as well, when I'm looking a bit more goey outy. But yeah, so I'm going to just do some questions I've prepared now, and just give you a rough idea of who I am, what's going on. So the question is what's your name, how old are you? So my name is Danny, and I'm 23 years old, which I've only just turned 23, so forgive me for kind of hesitating there. And as I said before, I'm from Essex. I used to go to Brighton University. I did sociology and criminology degree. It was really interesting. I now work in insurance. I won't say for which firm, because I don't think that's appropriate. But yeah, so that's a bit about me. The next question is, how long have you been on hormones? I've been on hormones for 2 years. I started on the 9th of January 2012. It took a while to get onto hormones, and then when I did, I was on 2 milligrams when they first put me on. 2 milligrams of estradiol valerate. It's a tablet. It was too low a dosage. My body was getting rid of the estrogen as fast as I was putting it in there, pretty much. I'm now on 8 milligrams, so that's 4 tablets a day, which isn't much at all. They're really, really small. But it took a year for me to get onto the right dosage, so it's been a bit of a work in progress, really. You have to have a free monthly blood test as well, which I actually need to have another one because I haven't had mine in 6 months. But oops, just really thought about that. And also I'm on decapeptyl, which is an anti-androgen that stops, or it's a testosterone blocker, and that's a free monthly injection into your bum cheek, which is a little bit painful, but it's worth it. Yeah. Next one. When did you realise you were trans? I realised I was trans, I suppose, at the age of about 4. That I knew that I was different. I didn't know I was trans. At that point, I didn't know what it kind of meant. But I used to dress up in women's clothes. It's like the cliche, really, isn't it? But I suppose you do know you're different from that age. PE for me was always a bit of an issue, especially at senior school, getting changed in the boys' changing room. We feel a bit like an outsider, but yeah, and then I realised at 16 that I wanted to transition, but the area that I live in, transgendered people, like even gay people, there's not many, especially in schools, and it's not really widely known about transgendered people. So I didn't have the courage to do it until I was 18. I finished sixth form and decided to go to my GP. I spoke to my GP, but she didn't really know what transgendered people what it was about, really. And she told me to wait another year, which at the time I thought was a good idea, but looking back, it doesn't really make sense. If someone's come up to you and said, oh, I want to start transition, I don't really think that the GP's first initial reaction should be, oh, think about it, because it's taken a lot for someone to go up to them to say that already. So that was a bit of an issue. Luckily, where I was in Brighton, there's a lot more people going through transition. So when I went to a GP there, it kind of got the ball rolling, and that's when it started. I only waited 3-4 months after I went to uni and decided, yeah, that's what I want to do. So, yeah, but it's a very long process on the NHS, because it takes about 6 months before you even go to a psychologist, and then another 6 months after that, really, to see the gender specialist. So, or it took a bit less than that, but it can take up to a year, really, to get on hormones after that initial GP visit. So that's a thing to bear in mind. Next question. Have you had any surgery? I haven't had any surgery yet. I'm meeting my surgeon constantly on the 9th of January to discuss gender reassignment surgery, which I've started to look into a bit more, and I've had a look on the forums and been watching a few videos, so I'm starting to prepare myself. I wish I could go to Thailand, because I know that the surgeons out there are supposed to be top notch, but I can't afford it, and I don't think, I'm trying to save for a house or moving out and things like that. I don't think that, I don't know, I think the surgeons here get a bad rap, and I've looked at a few forums and they've said that they're just as good as the other ones. So I'm going to see what I feel after I've met the surgeon, and I'll do a video on that as well. Yeah, but other than that, I haven't had any surgery. I'd like breast augmentation at some point, because I feel that the hormones haven't given me as much breast growth as what I desire, really. It's given me some. You can't really see it with this baggy top, but there's some there, honest. But yeah, I haven't had any surgery. Okay, next question. Have you had any laser or electrolysis? I've had laser hair removal on my face, on my chest and stomach, on my back. Yeah, it's painful, but I know it only works with certain hair types. It's supposed to only work with dark hair and pale skin, so I'm quite lucky in that respect. My face, all gone, so amazing. Really recommend it. I need a few more everywhere else. There's not loads of hair growth, but it's one of those things that, again, a work in progress. But I would definitely recommend it. It does hurt. It feels a bit like a bee sting or an elastic band, but I would say that it's momentary. So you kind of feel the pain, and then it goes once the laser stopped off that area. It kind of warms up, but it doesn't hurt. So that is something that I would recommend for people. I haven't tried electrolysis, so I can't really advise on that one. I might have to have electrolysis down there, so that's going to be painful, but that's another video for another date. Right, next question. What effects have you noticed from hormones? I might put up a before picture and an after picture so you can kind of see, but face has rounded out a bit more. Over Christmas it's rounded out a bit more, but we won't go there. It's slendered out the neck. Hair growth is a lot less. Or not a lot less, it slows it down. So if you get rid of it, it takes a while to come back compared to before with a lot of testosterone in your system. It will grow back a lot quicker. It also, my body shape's gone from very straight to a bit more curved. I've noticed that my butt has kind of rounded out a bit more as well. However, I would recommend quite a good fitness routine, because your stomach definitely, I don't know if it's just me, but my stomach definitely gets a little bit flabbier and your muscle tone goes as well. I'm definitely not as strong as I used to be. I feel a bit like I've got pickled, but it's definitely well worth it. I'm quite happy with it. Next question. Are you having surgery? But I've just realised I've spoken about that one, so I don't need to again. How did your parents react? My mum was okay with it. It took her a while to kind of get adjusted to the idea, but she's always been supportive. She has said it's like losing a son but gaining a daughter. I did do a book of photos for her, so that up until transition, so I did like a kind of a timeline, and then I'm going to do another one once from that point onwards, because I think that it's nice to have that memory, but it means that she can kind of put that to rest now as well. I would say let people get used to it in their own time. Don't force it on them. I told my dad by letter in the end, because it was just a bit too hard to say in person, and let him come to me and then discuss it. He's still not overly happy about it, obviously. I'm like an only child, so it's his only son. He's kind of losing that, but it kind of came to the point of, well, if you can't accept me, then I can't accept you in my life. And I think that made him realise that, okay, well, you know, I'm just going to have to deal with it. So yeah, our relationship is rocky, but it's getting there, so that's good. Next question. Did you lose any friends? Not per se. Friendships changed, but I don't know whether that's related to where I've moved back home from university, and your friendships, the ones where you left them, aren't always there when you come back. But most of my friendships have stayed the same. Like I've got quite a good close-knit friendship group, and quite a lot of close friends that I think they kind of knew it was coming. I wasn't very subtle. I've always been quite feminine anyway, so it's been a bit of an issue, as a lot of people have said to me, oh, it's not really a shock. It's more of a, when was it going to happen? But yeah, that's about it. I see that this has already gone into 12 minutes, so I don't really want to bore you any longer. But please comment in the box below, or private message me with any questions. I want to start uploading videos more often, and get something going. Yeah, I like dialogue, so if you've got anything to say, please do say it, negative or positive. Obviously negative isn't great, but I'll work towards it being positive. And yeah, speak to you soon. Bye.